Hello, welcome to Videos and Fly Fishing. Today we're gonna tie this little fly. This is a little baitfish made for sea trout and sea basses. A little bit about the materials I use for this fly. I use some off-brand hooks I got from bought from the internet. I tried these hooks before. They're very solid. It's very sharp. And I'm gonna use some clear slinky fiber with some flash in it. It's much more stiffer than EP fiber. And I use some 5mm flat ice, and I'm gonna use some glues for this. I use some Gorilla Glue for attaching covering the ice. I use this one for attaching the ice to make it stick a little, and I'm gonna use this one on the wrappings when I'm wrapped the material onto the hook. And for the coloration I use some markers, all those: black, green, pink, orange and red. And the thread I'm using is not much left now. It's you can see I have a brown underneath. There is some white waxed thread, and for the thread wrappings in front I used this fluorescent tar head from Loon. Very nice shine. When the light hits this fly, it repels. It will be very nice. Because this is non-UV resin fly, it will be nice if you have a drying wheel, so you can put your flies on. But that's up to you. You can also use your rotation on the wires and just sit there until the glue is stop running. Well, that's the introduction, and well, the size of the hook, I don't know the size because this is it stands not on this box. I think it's about 1/0, I think, but it's a large hook gap, very large hook gap. It hooks very good, very sharp point, very sharp. I think they're made in China. But I used this hook before, and if you want a link I can give you. So well, get on with the tying then. Well, let's start with the tying. I start with putting my hook in the vise and attaching my thread, moving back to the hook bend, and take the first clump of slinky fiber, measure out how long I want it, and use my scissors to snip off. And the way I do that, this is square in both ends, you see. I taper it by pulling to make it taper, and do the same on the other side. And I tie it on about 60-40, I think. Wrapped around the hook and add some wraps here, and I take this glue, Liquid Fusion. It's a tip I got from Paul Monaghan. Sorry Paul if I don't pronounce your name right, but well, I did the best I could. Well, and I'm gonna use this tool. Where did I put it? Oh my goodness, it's a mess on my desk today. I could not. I have this tool. There it is. This. I'm gonna put a link to it later. You got a hole on each side. There is some rubber inside there. I take that out, and I use this as a push tool. First I do is just spread the fibers a little bit, and cheek it backwards. Try to collect all the fibers with my fingers. Like that. See, now the glue seeps in and make this a very solid construction. Then I take another bundle. This Slinky fiber comes with flash in it, so I don't have to add the flash. And I cut up another piece, measure out, taper it before I put it on, measure out how long I want it, about 60-40, and about half the length of the first bundle. Wrap around, and some liquid fusion. And do as I did last time, use my push tool to get all the fibers, collecting one bundle, and proceed forwards. And I find another bundle from this large hank I have. It's not the right way to say it. Well, it has lots. This has more flash in it. Just cut up another bundle and try to taper it, roll it around in my fingers to get the right taper. Roll around the hook. It's gonna use your scissors to cut the shape on this afterwards. So, well, it was not 60-40 this bundle, but it's not so very important. Use the push tool. Okay, you see there is a place for another bundle. Measure out about that. I think there is some tapering to do. Taper, taper, taper. And measure out. There. Around we go. The Christmas tree is Christmas Eve tomorrow. Here I am sitting tying flies outside. The grass is green. There is no snow at all. There is some frost in the grass, but no snow. So I don't want to know how the Santa Claus is going to use his sled. Maybe some wheels tomorrow. He's starting today, I think. Well, you see, now we're getting there. Little bundle. Just take half a bundle and just measure out a little bit. Snip off. And try to taper this one as well. Put it on. Around we go. and just use your push tool and snip it off afterwards. Well, now some wraps on the top here, and some whip finish by hand this time. It's much easier to make whip finish by hand if the thread is not waxed, and that is the case here. There's no waxed thread today. Well, now I'm gonna use some hairdressing. I use a large scissor, snip from inside, from the underside, from backside to front. See, you're getting there. Try to manipulate the shape of it. Some of the sides. See, you got some tapered shape here. Now, oh, a little bit more. A little bit. There. This fiber is very good because it don't collect water. It sheds water very fast, and it's so stiff that it won't foul. It won't foul your hook. Okay, I put it on the vise. Now I'm gonna use some markers. I use some green one to make a green back on it. Well, it comes on your fingers. Just a warning. And I use some black to make the stripes. Just an indication this to make it more eatable for the fish. And this, now I use some orange for the belly. Wrong cap off. And for the sides, I use some pink on the sides. Should use the fat one. Well, and some red for the throats. Now we're gonna put some ice on. I use flat ice. I think that's the most good way to nicest ice to use because they don't build as much. Just snip off some laterals. And I also use pliers just to flatten the head a little bit before. Oh yes, sure, of course that happens now. I have to put some lacquer on this head before the thread winds up. This is a Loon fluorescent hardhead. Very nice shine in the water. And I'm gonna use some super glue first, like this. This is a gel type. I use this because it's very good. Little dab on each side. And then I take the ice, use my bobbing, my needle to take it off the board or the plastic board. Put it on my hand first. Oh, a bit fiddling. There you have it. Just take it out and put it on. Try not to get so much glue on my fingers. Just use the tweezers to let it try to make it sit there. Now there is a little break and some coffee, so let it dry and I'll come back to you. Well, now the break is over. I had my coffee and I'm gonna take some more glue around the eyes. I'm sad to say that I'm very allergic to all UV resin, so I found some new resins. Also tips from Paul Monaghan. This is Gorilla Glue, clear. I had no problems with the flies with this kind of glue on it, because there is a very strong this glue. The way I do this is straight on. I put a little dab on the top of the eye, in the middle of the eye, a little dab like that, and I use my bobbin needle just to squeeze some glues out on the edges here. A little bit shaky today because I had too much coffee. A little more glue would be nice to have. So there is one eye. It's a bit gel like this glue, so little dab there too, and got some there. Okay, just distribute it around. Like this. A little more. Take from the top of the bottle. There. So you can make flies without UV resin. I know I've been trying a lot of things since I've been allergic to the UV resin. There's no wrong things about the UV resin, but when you're allergic, you're allergic. I take some more glue on the thread wraps as well. Use some hardhead. All these glues is non-toxic. Very nice. Very nice. Well, off to the drying wheel with this one. This is a very nice fly. It very solid. It catches sea trout and sea bass. That's the main purpose of this fly. Try one on your leader, and I use the opportunity to thank you all for watching my videos, and subscribe to my channel. You will always see the latest videos. So that was all I had. So thank you all, and bye bye.